day of our opening of our membership, Art Country Central. And so if you don't know anything about it, if you didn't watch yesterday and you want to know, well, let me let you know. So I have painting in Vine, and over the last year, been really working on starting up a membership. So I took all these courses and everything, and I was kind of dead in the water because I just don't know tech. Well, I met Stephanie and Philip out of Marshall, Texas, and here they are on with us now. Hi. And they had Home Base Central, and we have collaborated together and made Art Country Central. And it's for artists of all kinds to know how to market yourself online, to use the social platforms, how to generate, all that stuff that Philip and Stephanie will tell you about. But for my part of it, I'm an artist, just like Stephanie's going to help too with the painting. I've been teaching painting for 30 years, and I have a brick and mortar. So through the Art Country Central, you'll learn how to run a brick and mortar studio, mobile parties. Between Steffi and I, we can answer all your questions, and you'll also have a gallery of paintings to choose from. So all my paintings, which it's building as we go. You'll be able to learn how to paint also. And if you just want to come in and learn how to paint at a better price than, as the membership, you're welcome to do that too. Was that good, guys?
I think that was good.
Perfect.
Awesome.
That was perfect.
So, long story short, it doesn't matter what you do. But there's protocols to how to work the social media. There's things called lead gen pages. There's getting your contacts. There's building your email list. There's platforms to go on. There's how we're doing what we're doing right here. And those are the things that Art Country Central is going to offer you in the membership.
That's right. And is my mic working? It seemed like it got unplugged a second ago.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I don't know what happened. I just had an alert pop up, said your mic's unplugged. I'm like, well, that's not going to work.
That's not going to work.
So anyway, yeah, I think that's spectacular. You know what all three of us have in common is a desire to see people be successful at whatever you do. And when you guys think about reaching back to a year ago when all this COVID shutdown stuff occurred, there was a lot of businesses that just flat went out of business. And reason being was a lot of them either did not know or did not have the means to be able to transition to an online business. And that's just, and that's what we want to help people eliminate is that not being able to make that transition. But on that same note, a lot of places, a lot of business opportunities, a lot of just all sorts of doors opened up for folks that they never thought would have opened up. I remember hearing about TikTok long before this COVID shutdown occurred, but TikTok just exploded over the last year. The numbers of people grew, the numbers of, content creators. People were really seeing that they could do just anything they set their mind to. And that's really what we want to help folks do in Art Country. If you've got a mind to want to work for yourself and be your own boss, whether it's full time or just a way to bring in a little extra income to your household, that's what we want to help you guys do. And, I think when we started talking with Deborah about this, and I've been trying to remember, I want to say it was back January, February, I think, when we started kind of talking about this and, just dropped the idea of, we were looking at all these things we were doing separate. And it's like, why don't we just combine our efforts and make it a benefit for everybody, and then lo and behold, Art Country was born.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
when you have a brick and mortar, I don't care if you're selling clothing, it doesn't matter what your brick and mortar is. There's a way to present yourself on these social medias. And it's not always easy to figure out. And I spent a lot of time crying, trying to figure it out. So to have somebody like you guys to be able to walk you through and explain it all in a way you can understand, um, it means the world, to those that want to stay at home and teach what they do to other people. And I don't care if it's in the brick and mortar or if it's online, or if you just want to sell your stuff and know how to set those pages up. It's amazing. So when COVID hit, my brick and mortar went down. It's still there waiting. I'm still doing some private stuff. Michigan's hasn't totally opened, but it's just another way to pivot. And everybody uses that word pivot, and I totally understand it now. And sometimes you gotta think outside the box. Well, here you got millions of people that you can reach out to.
Yeah.
Sure, you got a lot of friends and stuff, but there's a ton of people beyond that you can reach out to and show what you have. And the joy of sharing is and being of service to those that need this information is a wonderful feeling.
I tell you what, that's one of the things that Stephanie and I really love, is being able to help folks out. Home Base Essentials was born out of the same necessity. When we were getting started, Steph had started her paint party business. When was it? Was it January last year?
I signed up in November for the mentorship that we kind of met Deborah through. But then I didn't start. I was prepping work, doing the prep work, because that was mid-November. And then I was doing the prep work between November and January. And I officially launched in January.
Yeah. And we went from January until March doing really well. Had a number of parties hosted in some restaurants and things like that. And starting to get friends in the area interested in what was going on. And then when this COVID jump hit, it was like, yeah, forget about that. You got the train rolling and now the track just fell apart. And so it was difficult. But what we saw was, not only was it falling apart for us, it was falling apart for a lot of people doing the same thing that you guys are doing. And that's where Home Base Essentials was born, because what I was seeing was Stephanie was on the phone constantly. I'm talking seemed like at times 24 hours a day. If she wasn't talking on the phone, one of the paint party ladies was texting her back and forth, trying to work out and figure out problems. What do I do with this lead gen? How do I post this? How do I write this email? How do I connect it to my list? How do I segment? How do I? And it was a constant flow of that information. And that's what I told her. I said, well, why don't we just start something where we're helping folks do this, put it out there for everybody, so that everyone that needs this has the ability to get a hold of it. And I tell you what, it has turned into something a whole lot more than I ever thought it was going to for us over the last year. And I mean that, I hope that didn't sound negative. That's not what it was intended, but I never saw what we were doing when we first started developing to the point that it is right now. That's how I should word that. But we've had the opportunity to take some higher end social media marketing classes, some product marketing courses, and that's what we want to bring to the table. We just, instead of having to go here and here and here and here and buy all of this stuff separately and try to go through it all, we want to take all of that information that we have developed over the last year and put it in one spot. That's the plan for the marketing side anyway.
Yeah, and even though it's for all kinds of art, paint party business is going to boom again, because people are going to want to get out and they want to want that creative release. And I know when I'm teaching classes, and I was teaching 5 classes a week, and I was just the fun people have when they go into one of these. And so if you have this in mind, just like Stephanie's young into the business, she saw that opportunity. She saw the place that she could go and help and teach and enjoy and share. You know, it's going to be there's going to be another big boom in it. It's a lot of the little places have closed down, and everybody, you see a lot in the area where I live trying to do it, but some of the skill isn't there. You know, there's some painting techniques that you need to know. And it's I found it hard. I think I'm all over the place here, but to figure out, what am I going to paint next? You know, what am I going to do next? Well, when you have a gallery at your disposal, you can just pick from, or you have someone like me and Stephanie that we'll create what you need for your shop. But I'm just saying that this is going to be, there will be another boom in the paint party business.
I think so. Especially, you know, when economy is always changing, and it has its ups and downs, peaks and valleys. Go ahead. It has its ups and downs, peaks and valleys, and whenever those major fluctuations flatten out and things calm down a little bit, I think, you know, creative outlets like this are going to make a big difference, and it's going to be things that people need. I know, talking to the city here in Marshall, we've got some ambitions for some entertainment venues to try to, that we would like to bring to the city where we live. And when we talk to some of the folks at the city about it, you ought to see the glisten in their eye, because they really like those things. And, you know, if we could find a location to do all the things we've got in mind, that would be great. But unfortunately, there's not a whole lot available to do that in right here. But one day there will be. We'll be ready when it happens.
Right.
All right. So what are y'all painting today?
Well, yesterday I started a little one like this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm blowing it up because I'm going to teach this in the brick and mortar.
I tell you what, that almost has a 3D effect to it.
I'm working on that.
I was looking at that where before you started any other work on it, where it was sitting right next to, and I was like, that almost looks like you're sitting beside a doorway.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's got shading in it, you know. And once I get all the shading in it, I guess some sun, but it's got a long way to go. But thanks, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, I'm going to drop a comment on our pages right now, and I'm not seeing it going but to Home Base Essentials. Why is that?
Because it's on the pages and not on it's on our profiles, our personal.
Oh, it's not letting me post it to the profiles, is it?
No.
All right, I tell y'all what, let me drop a link to both of y'all. And if y'all would drop those, just make a post with that link on your profile or on this live where it's playing on your profile. Guys, what we've done today, instead of going on our business pages, we're using Home Base's page on YouTube for our outlet today, but we're using Stephanie and Deborah's personal profiles to broadcast to today, working on trying to garner some of that reach through our profile videos. So, for whatever reason, StreamYard is unable to post on Facebook profiles. That's what we're using to broadcast. And speaking of which, before I forget, if you guys have an interest in StreamYard, y'all see what we've got set up right here. Here's the thing. Deborah's in Michigan. Steph and I are down here in Texas. We're in 2 different parts of the house. That's if you can't tell right now. But if StreamYard gives us the ability to do that, and if StreamYard is something y'all want to use, let us know, because Steph and I have a link for StreamYard that'll get you a $10 credit toward, you know, your first month or however you want to set that up. So we do have a link to do that. Now, what I want to tell you right now is the link that Steph just posted the link that you see in the Home Base Essentials YouTube page, if you guys are catching from YouTube, that we've got a painting challenge going this week. Deborah, I'm going to I'm going to put you on the top. If you'll show that painting to everyone right quick. This is what our challenge is one of our challenges. We've got a couple of challenges we're going to drop for you this week. And I've got a sign-up page. Everything that you need to be able to do this particular painting will be available. If you'll follow the link that's in the comments on these videos, then that link will sign you up for our email list so we can stay in touch with you, just to let you know what we've got going on and when. And there is a download attached to that registration. So profile video. So
It's not shutting up. I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
there we go. For some reason, Steph's mic has got some feedback coming from the speakers. I don't know if y'all heard that. We've got to work on that. I've got you muted from this side, so if you want to say something, just unmute it so it'll open you up. But for whatever reason, I guess because her speaker and her microphone are so close together that the speakers are feeding back through the mic and we're getting a lot of echoes. So anyway, when you guys register for our email list, you will be sent a link where we've got a Dropbox file that you can download the video, you can download the tracer, and you can download a reference photo for that lemon branch painting. That's a challenge this week. Now, you say, what are we going to do with the challenge? Well, we'll have something special for you. We just got to figure out which way we're going to select who gets to something special. We hadn't worked that one out yet, but we will. We will.
And I want to talk about those that are wanting to start a business and they're afraid to. There's a lot of things that'll hold you back from following your dream, and mostly it's yourself that will do that.
Right.
Just some stinking thinking. But that's what we're trying to do. We're going to try to help you make it simple, and easy. And I come with 30 years of experience in the art world and in retail and in my paint party business. So we want to help, and as a group and as a community, we'll help each other. And I'm excited. The girls that are in the group already are excited to work with us and work together. And they're gonna bring some wonderful things to the table too. Some of them have been painting with me online and are teaching it in their brick and mortars too, and doing really well. And that makes me feel good. But I just want to let you know, if you look at something and you think and you're intimidated by it, don't be, because it all comes with practice and comes with technique. And the videos I think are simple to follow. And Stephanie will probably say the same thing. Steph, what are you painting?
Hang on. Let me make sure your mic's opened up. There you go.
I'm working on my lemon challenge. I'm working on my lemon challenge. Hang on a second.
Oh, are you? Oh, cool.
Nope, not that one. Hang on. Wait a minute. My camera's not showing up. I've got another camera I was supposed to be able to show, and it's not there. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Good to have you with us today. I can't find my other camera for whatever reason, but I'm working on my lemon challenge.
Oh,
I did a little bit of a door hanger,
an
18-inch round.
Nice.
Got up here, so I'm going to do it across here, and then just kind of.
I see some one stroke going on in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, Stephanie, tell them about that.
I am working on my certification for one stroke. Donna Dewberry has been around for 25 years, and she kind of makes some things very easy because you load your brush a specific way and you hold it a specific way and you do the strokes and you've got highlights and lowlights all in one stroke. So it's one stroke painting. So I'm working on learning some of that, and I'm just playing with Deborah's painting and kind of putting my own twist on it because I don't really do leaves very well without doing them one stroke because they always look like I shade them funny or something. So it's like I've learned to do one stroke leaves, so I'm doing one stroke leaves.
Yeah, well, I love One Stroke, and I've been doing One Stroke for years. I just didn't know what it was, but I've known a Donna Dewberry when she first started, and Susan Swash, and all, that whole group. But and that those strokes right there, what you'll learn will come in handy in every painting that you do. You'll always use it. You'll always use that.
Yeah. Sometimes I do it a little different, add a little bit more streaking in the middle. My little Pete, the Patriot bird over here, he's got a little bit more streaking in him. And when I was doing him, I was doing some one stroke. Then I decided I was going to add some extra streakage in there.
Streakage.
That's
It fits,
technical,
whatever.
The
Whatever it
technical
takes.
term.
You
I'm
know,
sure.
here's what Texas talk is. When you don't know the word, you make something up.
I totally understood it.
You added some extra streaking in there. So.
Well, hey, I see we've got a few viewers watching with us, Beth and Jessica. Y'all are both tuned in. Appreciate that very much. And y'all do us a favor when y'all are watching. Tell us where you're from. We'd like to be able to communicate back and forth with you a little bit. Conversation's always good, guys. We run out of things to talk about. Sometimes we talk about things that y'all want to talk about. So, it's just the way it works out.
Yeah, if you have any questions about what we're going to be doing, that'd be great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, any questions about what Art Country is going to have going on, what it's all about, feel free to drop those in the comments, and we'll try to our best to address those when they get dropped in there.
Now, Philip, were you going to show them how to? Hey, Mel, how are you?
Wow, across the big pond.
Yeah.
That brings up a good thing we could visit about really quick. Where did the term Art Country come from? And one of the things that I found was interesting is Deborah is way up in Michigan, and you're about halfway up the state, right?
Okay, so it's shaped like a hand.
Yeah.
And wait, let me think. I'm at the pinky. I'm at
Yeah.
the little pinky right here.
Yep. Yeah, I looked that up a while back because we've got some friends in Michigan. I was wondering how close y'all would be, but quite a bit of ways. But anyway, when y'all look at the logo, let me see if I can bring that up and show you right quick. These are some of the things, and what Steph was mentioning a while ago is one of the things that I'm going to show you. Well, no, it's only going to put it in the background there, so that ain't going to work.
Can you share a picture? Share your screen and have it on another screen?
Yeah, I can do that for sure. Let me open one right quick.
Open it in Canva since you were going to show them how to do something in Canva anyway while we were chatting.
Yeah, that'll work. All right. For those of you who are going to be using some of the techniques that we show you with working on your advertising and your marketing, one of the things that we have found to be a huge benefit, and of course, this isn't new with us. We were introduced to it the same way that maybe we're introducing it to you. You may already know all about Canva. I don't know. But canva.com is a good place that you can work on some of your marketing images and some of your graphics. And we found that to be very, very beneficial. And I can show you really quickly. I'll open up in Canva and then I can kind of show you our logo and where that came from, just because it's kind of cute, I guess. Let me share that screen with everybody right quick.
Well, we are not predisposed to just the U.S. We want our community to be world encompassing. We want everybody to feel comfortable painting with us, creating with us. And if we need to learn different laws, because different countries, then we'll work with you.
Yeah, that paint party businesses are everywhere.
Hang on. What'd you say, Philip? Oh, okay. He says, keep talking. I got to get a refill.
Yeah, paint party businesses are everywhere.
They're the world over. And even if it's not, even if it's not a paint party business, like we've said, this is open to all forms of art, knitting, crocheting, music, fine arts, paint party kind of arts and things like that. So it's open to anybody. If we've got to help learn a few laws and work around some things, just let us know when we ask questions and stuff. But we are not wanting this to be just us, just America, just
No.
one piece or another. We want to help everybody because, you know, we all learn from each other. And if we're learning, we're growing together, and it's just cool. It's just so fun.
So fun.
So much fun.
Yeah, and you know, I've been in business for 6 years doing paint party, but I've been teaching it for a long time. But in my gallery, I have over 700 paintings. So we're trying to get those over in, you know, I got to reteach them for online, and I don't know what I'm up to now, or what we're collectively what we're up to. But I know it's getting close to 100.
Yeah. Looking at the numbers, I was thinking a little bit deeper on it last night, and we are somewhere between 60 and 80 paintings in our library, what we've already got loaded. Now there's still some work to do in those. You know, here in a minute, I'm going to show you guys something on Canva with building your doing your graphics for advertising and things like that. But we've still got some work that I want to do in that, because one of the things that we want to do is have prepared flyers for you for the paintings that we have. Hey, Gloria, good to see you. For the paintings that we have, to make them where it's easy for you to market them. What we want to do is provide everything that you need, guys. And our mindset for this was setting this up like a franchise. And when it comes to a franchise gives you just about everything you need, short of the supplies themselves. Every bit of teaching and training and education that you need to run that franchise, they train you on how to do that. And that's what we want to do is be sure that you have everything that you need to be able to do what would be considered franchising out of Painting and Vine and Home Base Essentials. We're trying to take everything that we know how to do and put it in your hands to make it easy for you. Those of you who are interested in it, when we get done with this broadcast, we will have some videos posted on our profiles to walk you through and give you some better ideas and concepts of what we've got going on. Also, we'll have some information for being able to be a part of Art Country Central. And guys, we've got 50 spots available for this launch. That's all we've got. And I'm going to tell you something, they're filling up quick. Out of those 50 spots for our founding members, we've got 25 spots reserved at $30 a month for you. And that's going to be, when you get locked in, that's what your rate is, as long as you stay active. And, you know, we've also got a couple of lifetime options available, and you'll see those when you get to check out on that registration to sign up for it. And, you know, when you think about a franchise, if you lifetime your franchise, you're talking about you have allowance to use everything there as long as you want to. You know, the difference is if it's month to month, if you decide you don't want to do the month to month anymore, then that eliminates the franchise access. So that's something that you need to weigh out and consider when it comes to figuring out what you want to do. Kathy McCallum, did I get signed up? Kathy, I did not see all the emails come to me when someone signs up. Let me check my email and make sure I haven't missed anything.
Hi, Kathy. She's from my hometown. Well, one of my hometowns. I'm a Navy brat, so I've been all over. But yeah, see, I sent you her email. So thanks for hopping on, Kathy. And Kathy has an entrepreneurial spirit, so I'm not quite sure what she's going to do yet, but I think we're going to be impressed.
That's cool. You know, Deborah, one of the things that I learned over this last year, Steph mentioned the mentor program that she was in. what I learned over the last year is a lot of folks that will start on a mentoring program, you've got a niche, kind of like we're providing a niche for you. That's what the way we're setting up this mentor or franchise, whatever you want to call it. We're providing the niche for you in the franchising of painting and vine. But what I learned is that other mentoring program did something very similar. But what I saw over the time that we were in that program, that Steph was a part of that, is that as time goes on, everyone develops their own niche. Now, what I'm seeing is a large majority of the folks who were a part of that have developed their own niche, and now they're off over here doing their own thing. That's what this is all about. Y'all, when y'all jump in with Art Country Central, and we have the ability to help you develop your own niche and develop the business building skills that you need to be successful, that's a win-win.
Yeah.
That's what we're after. We want to see you succeed. If y'all don't succeed, then we haven't succeeded. That's the way that we look at that. All right. I am not seeing Kathy. When we get off of here, let me make sure I've got your email, and I will send you a sign-up link. I do not see. Let me go check on the Art Country website just to make sure I'm not missing something.
You might want to unshare the page or check on a different one.
Yeah, I moved it over.
All right.
Yeah, just as you said that, I caught that it opened up over. I'm like, wait a minute. Everybody don't need to see that.
Yeah. Well, I was just happened to glance up at just the right time to see that, and I was thinking, might not.
All right. Kathy, I do not see that yours has gone through yet. So, Deborah, we may need to get with her and make sure that we've got her going the right direction.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I mentioned the Art Country Central logo, and guys, I'm going to tell you something coming from a large family of patriots, and Stephanie and I both have a very deep patriotic streak within us. And the first logos that we came up with when we were putting this together kind of went along with that concept. And Deborah brought something to mind that I hadn't thought about. She's like, you know what? Let's make this to where it would be open and more comfortable for individuals, no matter what part of the world they're from. And that was something that hadn't crossed my mind. And that was one of the things that we wanted to do. And as we were discussing this, we got to looking, and if you'll notice, that logo is kind of funny looking, right? You see the state of Texas on it, and if you don't recognize the other part, that's the state of Michigan. So kind of the neat little concept we came up with was that here we are bringing the North and the South together, and we're developing our own country in the process. So that's why I took a globe and made what looks like a Texas and Michigan's got its own country and continent out there in the middle of the ocean. So that's kind of where that concept came from. And so anyway, y'all may not think it was cute, but I thought it was cute.
It's cute. I like it. I like it.
All right. So really quickly on a Canva tutorial. Now, I mentioned on our live yesterday, and of course, we'll have trainings on this and subsequent stuff as we move forward. And before I get too far, next week when we start doing our trainings in the group itself, what we want you to know is we're going to start off with the how-to walkthroughs of the group, how-to walkthroughs of the website, to be sure that you have everything you need to show you how to navigate. I know how easy it is when you're working on learning to navigate something. I know how easy it is to forget small steps and then get really flustered when you can't figure out what you know how to do. So what we want to do is have those videos in the group so that you'll be able to figure out what you're looking for and find the easy way to get there. Now, in that group, one of the tutorials that we have are some Canva trainings. We've got a lot more Canva trainings that we need to do, but one thing we have in that group are some social media use templates. One of those, we have, of course, Facebook groups, Facebook profiles. We've got a couple of other templates in there, and one of them is a template just for a constant contact event banner. For those who may be familiar with Constant Contact, if you're doing an event, you can set up an event to be able to process your payment and everything through PayPal without having to do extracurricular steps. That's one of the reasons that we recommend Constant Contact. If that's not something that you see as a necessity for what you do, then it wouldn't be necessary to look that direction. But what I do want to show you is if you're wanting to do advertisements, when you do an advertisement, you want to put something together that's going to catch somebody's eye. When you think about building flyers, when you think about sending out emails, here's a couple of the concepts that you've got to keep in mind. The number one thing is that you have got about 3 seconds to capture somebody's attention, whether that's in an email, whether that's in a text message, whatever the case may be. When they open that email, you've got about 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds before that individual says, this is not something I want to look at. Trainings on how to set those things up and do them right, those are things that we're going to be going through in Art Country. So I'm not going to do a deep dive into that. I just want to get over here and kind of show you basically how to set up a flyer. Now, again, this is our template, and if you'll notice, it has an odd shape to it. That's not an 8.5 by 11. This is to fit the parameters for a Constant Contact event banner, so that the whole thing will fit on the top of that page instead of it just being part of it fit because maybe it was too large or maybe it was too small, and when you tried to blow it up to fit, it makes it pixel out and get kind of blurry. So this is where we start. Now with the lemon challenge, let's use the lemon challenge as our example. When you come over to Canva, you can simply drag and drop a photo into the middle of the Canva canvas right there. And I find that to be very interesting. You don't have to go through the upload a photo, search through your photos, find the right one. If you've got it selected, you can drag and drop it. And then if you notice over here on the left under your media, that where you've uploaded your media, it's already there. So it uploads it and you've got it for future use. Now, one of the things that we want to do, this is the painting that we're using for our challenge number 1 this week. That's the painting that you see Stephanie working on right now, working on a door hanger round to put the lemon branch on there. So, and y'all pardon me, my allergies are just going bananas today. So let's put a background on this banner to make this stand out. Now, I'm thinking that a bright green background would look good. And what I did is I went to photos and I just searched for grass. All right, so I'm going to use this background. And then if I right click on this, it'll give me the option you see down here on the bottom to replace the background. Now the entire background is what I wanted it to be. It is a part of that. Now, I want those lemons to stand out. And the sharpness of that background is a little too sharp for those lemons in that painting to stand out. So I'm going to go up here and click on the little checker box, and I'm going to drag that transparency slider down a little bit to where I can still see the background, but it doesn't take away from the image that I want supplied. Okay. So I'm going to blow this up to where whatever size I want, I can put it in the middle, leave it on the side. Depending on what other aspects I'm going to put on this banner will show as to what I'm going to do as far as where I want to place it on the banner itself. Now, I want to come over here and add some text. You've got a number of preloaded options that you can scroll through and use any of these texts that are there. For example, if I wanted to use this beach please text, I can click that and it'll put it in there. Looks like I clicked it twice. Let me get rid of that other one. Oops. There we go. Now, I'm going to slide this over to right there. Now, you see how it's two different words. You've got individual text boxes there that are grouped together. And I think, personally, I think that blends in with that background just a little too much. So let me take some of the transparency off of that to darken that to where, there we go. That looks a little bit better.
So you
And
can use
another-
your artistic eye too, Philip.
Yeah, that's definitely true. One thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put something behind those letters to make those a little bit stand out just a little bit more. So I'm going to come to elements and go to shapes. I think I'm going to put a square behind it. And I think I'm going to change the color of that. Let's try a black and see how that works. Now we're going to right click on it. We're going to send it backward. All right, now I'm going to click on, let me get off of there. On my box, on my text, and the size of the box isn't wanting to let me grab it, but that's okay. We can work through it. I think I hear my cat saying,
No, that's yes, Sam. Okay, come here, Sam.
all right,
You own a cat as if it's at somebody else's house, isn't it?
do what?
That's the only way you'll own a cat, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's at somebody else's house.
He's getting old. He's got to be like, we rescued him. We think he's getting close to like 18, 19 years old. He's bossing me around now.
Oh.
When he
All right,
does
now I
whatever
want
he
to
wants.
add some more text because let's say I want this to be an event on a specific day.
This needs a little white in it.
I probably spelled that wrong, but I can't see it anyway.
You're so funny.
All right. So there's the text. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of that text so that it will stand out a little bit better. And let's say I want to play with this a little bit and make it fit something a little bit different here. I want it to curve the other way. So I'm going to drag this slider over, make it curve that way. Bring it down. Now, what you can see we've got going on here is you've got bright colors and you've got a lot of contrast. Contrast will catch people's attention. So when you're wanting to build a flyer, you're wanting to build an event, these are the kind of things that you need to keep in mind. What we're going to do is we're going to build some flyers for these. Now, they'll be a little bit more involved than what I just did right here, just because I wanted to show you how easily you could put something together and just a few concepts to keep in mind when you're doing that. When we build the flyers that will be in each of the paintings that we've got available for you, the plan is to have those flyers where you can edit everything that's on there. If you want to change the title, if you want, you need to change the location, you need to add more information, whatever the case may be. We want to fix those so that you can have those editable. That way you can change whatever data you need to change on it.
Add your logo.
That's it. That's it. Exactly. Now, with a flyer, you know, you don't have a lot of space to work with. So you kind of have to minimize not a flyer, on an event rather. You kind of have to minimize what you put on there. But when you're doing a full flyer, let's say you're wanting to set up and do a paint party at a restaurant. If you're wanting to do a full flyer, then you'll need to take that flyer and put more information on it. It's going to need date and times. It's going to need a link for somebody to sign up. We're going to show you how to develop your own QR codes and put a QR code on there on that flyer, so that if someone, all they have to do is take their phone out and open the camera up and point it at that QR code, and it's going to take them directly to your sign up page for that specific event. And those are the things that we're going to be showing you. When you get done building a Canva banner or flyer or whatever you want to build, just come up here to download. You can download it straight to your machine, to your computer. You can see you've got options whether you want it to be a PNG, a JPEG, or a PDF, depending on what you're going to do with it. So you can download that. Now on a Mac, I'm a Mac guy, so it's going to download it straight into my downloads folder. I believe PC does the same thing if you have that option, and just pull it from your downloads folder and put it wherever you need it. But as we build these paintings within the Art Country website, that's some of the things that we're going to be doing, is putting those paintings, putting these flyers in there so that you can get to them and edit them, use them like they are, do whatever you need to them. We want to give you every tool that you need to be able to be successful. That's our plan.
I think another thing we're going to make in the Canva for them is if they're doing online and they want to share a cute or a pretty version of like a supply list, they
Yes.
can then have the picture reference photo that somebody could print out, but it also has a list of what they need to do it. And then you can edit that how you need to, because again, it's going to be there. If you use a different brush or you recommend something else for the, other than what Deborah recommends or whoever's painting it is, Deborah even has which size brushes you need to grab on her supplies list. That way, if you're new and you've never painted before, wherever you come in on whatever, you know that you need a 1-inch flat brush and a 1/2-inch flat brush and a liner brush or whatever it is, the brushes that she says. That way, anytime, any point, anybody comes in, they know where they're at. They know what they need.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
looking really good, Stephanie. That's pretty.
Thank you.
Are you going to put wording on it, or just...
Yes, I will probably put welcome y'all on here somewhere.
Yeah, awesome.
At least welcome, if not welcome y'all.
You'll see welcome y'all down here too.
Really?
Up here. Oh yeah. Well, we got Hobby Lobby.
Oh, yeah.
The Hobby Lobby's full of welcome y'all.
But what's funny is I've noticed that at Hobby Lobby, typically they have the same, they have like the state you're in and not necessarily every state is available.
Yeah.
Because I've got a friend.
Kind of change the subject, but we're talking about paint parties. But when you go to use what Philip just showed you, if you are wanting to sell your art, or if you're going to be at a craft show, or if you're going to be at a gallery, you can use that same template that he was showing you and those methods on how to advertise for that too.
Absolutely. Yep. All of those work really well. And when you get to using Canva has a lot of tools available for free. Everything that we just used right there in Canva, that's all free. They have some elements that do have to be either paid for individually, or you can subscribe to them, and we have a link to help you get signed up there. You can subscribe to Canva and be able to use all of the elements. You can use some video elements, some active background elements that are all part of their monthly service if you choose to have a part of that. So,
yeah, just keep in mind if you use it and you do use any of the paid items, but if you put it on there 3 times, you're going to pay $1 per use, not $1 and then
that's right,
for that one element. So sometimes just one item itself may make you think that it's worth the membership. I really like the resize feature that comes with paying for the upgrade, and I really stepped it up because then I can go from my Canva, my Constant Contact event banner, and then I can make that same thing my Facebook group banner just by resizing it. Thank you, Tammy. How are you today, sweetheart?
I tell you what, I'm going to put here is a link for Canva. I don't remember if they do offer any discounts for using the link. I don't remember. It's been a while since we've used that, but on the Home Base Essentials page, and Steph, I'll send that to you and Deborah as well. There is a link that will, it just kind of it's an affiliate link like a lot of affiliate links are. So some affiliates will give you a little bit of a discount when you sign up. Sometimes they won't. It just depends on how they've got it set up. So, but as they say, what's the old saying? Every little bit helps.
Yep.
All right. While we've got a few folks on, I do want to toss out some information. We, again, Art Country Central is open. It is our desire to help you succeed. We want to help crafters, artists be able to take your passion and turn it into profits. I realize that might be a trademarked phrase, so I'm going to have to add to that. That's why we've started using turning your art into attributes and turning your crafts into cash. And I've got to make sure I say that one slow because it'll slip out, kind of a little rough if I don't say it slow. So anyway, that's our concept, guys. We want to help you to be able to do that. Art Country Central is open. We launched yesterday. We are going to be open through Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will shut down then. We've got 50 spots available at $35 a month for a $25,000 franchise, guys. That's, and actually it's more than that. There's a number of things that are going to be available in Art Country that if we were to break them down into individual courses, it would be considerably more, cost than what it is now. So where the things that we've broken down so far, if you were to try to buy a franchise the same way and get the same thing we're providing, you're looking at 25 grand out of pocket to be able to get your hands on it. And that's before, yeah, exactly. And that's even before looking at any of the training information to show you how to use it. So we got that set up for $35 a month is what we're doing. We've also got 25 of those 30 seats available for our founding members, available at $30. So once it hits 25, you're going to see that price go up to. Once it hits 25, you're going to see that price go up to $35 a month. And guys, they're filling up. They're filling up quick. So if you're considering being a part of Art Country Central, you need to get in as quick as you can. We've got some lifetime options available. I think when you look at the value, you'll be quite surprised at what we've set up for a lifetime option. But guys, we wanted to make it attainable. We wanted to make it where it was easy to reach. We wanted everyone to be able to see this and say, man, I can do that, and be able to recover what I've invested in what I'm doing to, to better my future and the livelihood of myself and my family. So that's kind of what we've got put up. There is a finance option there as well. So take a look at what's there, see what you want to try to get set up. We are good with either way because we are just excited about the opportunity of being able to work with y'all.
Well, that's really what they need to keep in mind is this is an investment in you and in your business, no matter whether you choose the lifetime or the monthly or anything like that. You just need to remember you're investing in your business.
Yep. One thing I do want to throw out there, we had a question yesterday about folks that just want to do, just want to paint with Deborah. And here's the thing, the cost, if you want to be a part of the subscription is the same. But here's the thing, Deborah, how much did you charge for one class for someone to attend?
On my online?
No, on your brick and mortar.
$35.
So it was $35 for one painting.
Yep.
Well, for that same $35 a month, you get access to her whole library. You can paint whatever's there as many times as you want to.
And you can stop and zoom and take your time and learn it. And I mean, it's practice and it's doing that makes you better at it.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
how
it.
I did it.
And one of the things that I really have to, tip my hat to is she has every intention of putting together a full course on teaching you how to paint, not just how to set up and run a brick and mortar studio, but just teaching you how to paint. What do you need to know? What are some things you need to keep in mind? Tips, tricks, techniques. Those are all things that will be coming as we get going through this in the future. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, it helps you build your confidence. When you go to open one, you want to be confident. I mean, you can open a brick and mortar paint and sip, just being a beginner, of course, because people want to get together and they want to share, but what you want to do is keep growing in that. You want to become a better artist too. There's such self-satisfaction in being able to whip out a painting, and it doesn't take very long. You paint a while, and pretty soon that whole body mind connection happens, and you're just painting. But
That's
that
it.
confidence that you have is really important. Don't let anything hold you back. Don't say you can't do it.
I tell you what, I learned that. Don't say you can't do it. Steph's had me painting a few things, and I couldn't believe what it came out to in the end of it.
Yeah, when people come in, they're like, "I can't paint a stick figure." I've heard that so many times, and then I've always had repeat customers. I don't think I ever had one that just come one time.
Yeah.
I'm sure I have, but I have a lot of repeat customers, and I've been doing this for a long time. I've done murals. I've restored statues, and I've restored historical buildings, and I can airbrush. I know acrylics. I'm telling you, they're my very favorite thing, and I call myself the acrylic doctor. Do you have a question, or you need something fixed, or how to do? I'm the girl.
I'll tell you what, I told Steph a while back, I said, I think for the collaboration we came up with, somehow or another, we've stumbled up to the right artist.
Yeah, I feel the same way about y'all. I think that computer end of it, to know how to market yourself and all those resources. And you guys have done the homework. You've got your people you can get your discounts from. These things. You've been working with websites and computers for years yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I've one of the things, and of course that's some of the trainees will have at some point, is building a website. And I've built websites with several different website providers. And let me tell you something, when you've got one, especially when you are trying to do other things at the same time, you need something that's quick and easy to figure out. And when you've got the ability to almost do drag and drop style website building, I think, things like that are a plus. So that's some of the stuff that we're going to walk you through. We're not going to be digging deep into tech. I mean, don't think we're going to be doing deep dives on tech. This is all stuff that, as long as your computer's working, you're going to be able to do.
That is so awesome.
One thing I like about it is Philip's teaching style has never been one that I am so above you. He's always been a very down to earth, very humble. And if you ask a question and we don't know the answer, we'll say, hey, give us a minute or give us a day or two and we'll look it up. Or he's got it down where, I've watched 3 of these videos with him and I'm like, what did he say? He's like, he said this, but he could have said it this way and it would have been easy to understand. So that's one thing I've always loved about Philip's teaching style.
Oh, quit. You need to talk about that stuff when I ain't here.
And nobody enters the studio. If you're there and you're there to paint, you're already an artist. I just make everybody claim it. Don't say,
yeah.
Hey, you're an artist when you walk in, and you're gonna leave a better artist, even in just the 2 hours at a studio.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna leave with that feeling, that creative feeling it creates for you. Do you use in your brain? You use the same area of your brain when you're creating as you do when you're praying or meditating. That same area lights up. That's how
Yeah.
good and beneficial it is.
Yeah, I get tickled when Steph's doing her paint parties because she makes everybody at her paint parties take an oath.
Yeah,
And it's funny. I will not judge my painting until it's done.
that's right. Isn't that
It's
true?
I get tickled at that. And what's funny, what I've seen is how many of them, and especially the men, okay, how many of them will roll their eyes when she makes them do that because they've already got it set in their mind that their painting is not going to turn out to be nice. But then when they walk out, they're like, how'd I do that?
I didn't know I could do that. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
I think men do a lot better sometimes because they can stay more focused. You know, I'm always telling those women the same way. Don't judge it till it's over, till you're done, and don't cheat off your partner because you can't paint like them.
That's right.
You got to do you, and you just come into your own. And it's you know, to see people sit there and just release.
Yeah.
You just see the tension melt away. You know, and I like Steph, just like Steph. There's way to get them orientated to what you're getting ready to do. There's certain things that you can do and certain things that you can say, and we'll teach you all that stuff in the group.
Yep.
That's it. Guys, one of the things that I've got to do, and tell you what, I'm going to do it right now while y'all are painting. I've still got to get the link built on our website, our regular website, to go to.
What are you doing, Miss Lori? Trying to get Miss Lori to talk to us too.
I tell you what, I'm going
Comments.
to take mine off the screen and work on this link right quick. I'll be back shortly. Y'all go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
Did he call us goat heads?
No. Maybe. All right. I kind of wish I really watched closely the video. I was kind of scanning it and listening to it, but I don't think I'm following the directions.
It don't matter. It all, you know, yeah. As long as you get the concept and it looks good, everybody will bring their own technique to it. You know.
Yeah.
That looks really good. That'll be a nice little fresh door hanger. Now in the South, the door hangers are real big. They're really starting to hit here.
That's
door
good.
Hangers and the door porch leaners. I've done a couple of classes with the porch leaners.
I did one with the porch leaners. I've done one door hanger. I did the truck. And thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. I love the door hangers and the fun. They're just also fun to me. And I like that you can personalize them and make them yours. And you can have similar and kind of a general standard, but it's not all identical. It's not all the same. Okay, so I'm going to try and fix these leaves. Whoop. No, it's not going to work yet. I got to let that dry one more. Well, I haven't really done the lemon, so I'm trying to figure out, and I was bad. I got on here and didn't even look at what recommended colors you have. So I'm like just grabbing yellows.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out. Trying to think, what do I have that might work? And then I had to mix white with the yellow because it was not showing up at all. And it was like, you got to mix some white in there to get it to stick.
Yeah. Get those highlights. I like the three colors, you know, the medium, dark, and light.
Yeah, I've got about 3 shades of green I'm running through here on my leaves. I've got a lighter and a medium, and then I'm putting the dark on the other side. The two lighter colors I'm mixing on that one end, just so it can kind of be like okay, no big deal. The light hitting it kind of a thing.
Yeah. That's what you want, that 3D look.
Yep.
And that does take care of it too. When you put a lemon behind one lemon, that helps too. That looks good.
Yeah. And
you know, every one of the paintings has a pattern. So there's a pattern for the lemons too. Steph went freehand because she's doing it on a different type thing, but on the
I actually used some of your tracer and put it down and kind of traced out some of it, and then kind of went from there.
So there's a tracer that you can put right on your canvas and trace on. Pretty much all the paintings have a tracer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always nice. I like some guidelines, some guides for, oh, wait, what do you mean I've got to go where? What? So I like to have the guides.
Especially when people come into your studio and they've never done it before and they want to know, you want to keep it simple and make it fun and,
it's like coloring with a paintbrush. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's what somebody said once. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess, because I've given you an outline. Hey, Connie. How are you, sweet lady? Haven't chatted with you in a while. She says it's been fun listening to us. Well, I'm glad you were able to listen to us.
I can't see the comments, but for some reason.
That's interesting. Well, I'm on my computer, so that may be what it is. When you're on your phone, I don't know where it puts them.
Okay.
Whether you can.
And I don't want to mess with anything because I got a good connection.
I was going to say, as soon as we touch anything to try and move it so you won't see anything. So that's what happens to me every time. I'm like, okay, I'm here, but I'm not going to touch a thing. All right, y'all. I think this is about done as far as lemons go.
Yeah,
and leaves.
You can just pick them and eat them.
Almost. Okay, let's see if we can get this one to fix. There we go. Yeah, that one looks good.
So have you been? Is Texas opening up? Yeah, I think Texas has opened up, haven't they?
Texas is pretty open. We've pretty much opened all the way back up. I mean, there are some restaurants that don't let you come in yet for dine-in. Doing glad we're getting back to teaching in person. Packed up for a couple of days of kids classes in Minnesota. Is that Minnesota? MN? Yeah, Minnesota. Cool. Yeah. Cool. That's awesome, Connie. Yeah, we're pretty open. We have a couple of restaurants that corporate says you're not opening all the way yet, but I think corporate's not necessarily in Texas. So that's why the rule for them is that. But
yeah, I don't know about you, Stephanie, but just doing this, I try and paint every day. I don't always get to. I try to paint or garden or do something creative every day. But it's just fun to learn a skill and to do this for this whole releasing thing. And that you have a lot of friends that are creatives, and through this process, we're going to meet a lot more creatives.
Yes,
it's going to be so fun.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what age you are. I mean, if you have a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old or a 10-year-old, it doesn't matter. If your daughter or your son is creative, they can learn how to market themselves and do the same thing.
I've got a friend whose 15-year-old daughter wrote a book, and they're looking at self-publishing it. But I'm like, go, Tori, go. Zoe writes all kinds of fan fiction, and their friends have been for a number of years. But it's been funny. They've gotten reacquainted recently, and it's been good to see them encouraging each other in all these kind of different pursuits. It's just been kind of neat.
Yeah, and I think our kids in the situation that COVID has caused, I guess just staying home, having to stay home, being home, families all together. This is a good thing you could do together. Whether you're gonna go into business or not. I mean, just join and paint together as a family.
Absolutely. That would totally be something that I could encourage somebody to do with no qualms about it. It's even if you don't look in the marketing at all, because you're not interested in marketing, you're doing this as a family thing. This gives you plenty of opportunities to spend quality time together and enjoy creating something together. Zoe will likely be on here one day this week with me. She's doing schoolwork and trying to get caught up on a few things.
She's a little creative too, huh?
She is. She is. We've been playing with resin. We've played with and she had I'm like, man, I think we figured out your forte here, child, because she was blending all kinds of cute stuff and coming up with all kinds of neat charms and bits and pieces and for the out of the resin. And I was like, okay, did not expect that, but we are excited about it. If I'm watching now, am I in Art Country Central? Not yet. No, this is on our Facebook pages. We've got this out. One of the first links we put on our pages, and I went on to Deborah's and put it there. Oh no, that's the lead generation page. Hang on. Mr. Patton, can you hear us? I see him sitting there. I'm fixing to add him to the stream. I don't know if he moved his hand at me or at something else, and I'm kind of not looking that close.
No, it was at you. I was trying to do a screenshot and it wouldn't let me get back over here and check it.
Okay. Where is the link for them to join to get to to Art Country Central if they wanted to join Art Country Central? Because Jessica's like, if I'm watching y'all, am I in Art Country Central? Because we don't have a page. We're not going to do a separate page for Art Country Central. We want to kind of make it Painting and Vine and HB Home Base Essentials kind of, and Escape and Paint too, for that matter, are kind of encouraging each other and building each other as, you know, as that goes. But we're going to do a group for Art Country Central on Facebook. But most of our trainings and classes are going to be moved to the other platform where we've got everything. Philip, just put it there and let me copy it and post it on my page and on.
Can you copy it from there? Okay.
No, it's not letting me. It's making me show it.
Oh, I can see.
All right.
I
I'll
could
send
show
it
it
to
for a
you.
second, but
There you go.
okay. All right, Jess. I am going. Hello, Miss Patty. How are you today? And I am going to try and put it on Deborah's because I think that's where Jessica's watching today, but that doesn't mean anything for sure. I know I've still got it open. Okay, well, here we go, Jess. I think you're actually on my page today. We'll just paste it right there. And there's the link if you choose to follow that. I think it posted it. Did it post it? There it is. All right. If you choose to join us, there is the link, and I'm going to post it as a plain comment by itself right there on my page and not just as a reply to Jessica. And then I'm going to go to Deborah's page real quick. Y'all just give me a second. Just watch Deborah painting. It's awesome. I've been captivated by what she's doing. I'm like, wow.
Bunch of layering. But we were talking earlier too about just families getting together, and I have a family or two that paints with me in California, and she gets her cousins and her kids together and their cousins, and they paint. And I have some friends downstate. One of them has 4 girls. I think they're gonna try and come on this week and
Cool.
And maybe show you their paintings and stuff. So it's business, and it's fun, and it's learning. I mean, there's a lot to do in Art Country Central. So what are you setting up a link for them right now, Steph?
I am sharing the link on both of our pages. When Philip, StreamYard has privacy things that for whatever reason, Facebook has, when we first started using StreamYard, you could you could pretty much post it anywhere. We could comment and it would post it in a lot of places. Well, Facebook is changing some of the rules. I think they're wanting us to just go live straight from them, but that's just my personal opinion. So what I've been doing is trying to make sure that when we get a link shared with us, I go and post it on your page and on my page where our videos are going, because when Philip shares the link here, it only goes to our YouTube channel. By the way, we need to remember to change the name on that, Philip.
So will people be able to access us in all those places, right?
They should be able to, yes. We have currently got a YouTube channel. It was one that we were initially building for Home Base Essentials, but then we kind of swapped it because we weren't taking advantage of it and we weren't using it like we should be. So we swapped it to that. To the Art Country one, and like all of our videos that we've done, like yesterday's meet and greet and general introduction is there. I was painting, hang on just a minute. I was painting the lemon tree challenge that we've got listed. Okay, let me make sure I got it. Okay, here's my lemon tree. I did some lemons on a tree, Miss Patty. That's what I did. I'm letting it dry before I put welcome on it. Of course, I don't like to freehand letter. Anybody who knows me at all has watched many of my videos. I always do tracers for my words. When I don't, I end up with it all crammed together, running down.
Have you ever tried chalk?
I did. I chalk wrote this on here on this one.
Oh, good. Yeah. But
then I ended up having to write over what I didn't want to have to write over because it was just too long and it was like bigger than I thought it was going to be. And it was like, but I wanted it to not be on my butterflies at the bottom. So I just sucked it up and wrote it there.
Yeah, I can paint, but my handwriting, not so good. So,
no.
Yeah, I know people that have circuits and stuff. I wish I had the time to learn one of those. And maybe in my lifetime I will, but yeah.
I am attempting to learn. I've got my iPad. And there's some lettering brushes that I've gotten for free and a lettering course that I've signed up for. But, finding time to actually sit down and do the lettering course is not always easy because, as you can tell, we're just sitting around. Well, it's not quite calligraphy. It's just it's kind of like calligraphy, but it's not exactly because it's kind of making it pretty writing. Hold it up again. I missed it. Which one? The butterflies or my lemons? Here's the lemon tree with no words on it yet because my computer's not wanting to talk to the printer. I'm not in the same room with it, so it doesn't like it. So I have to send it to Philip on his computer and get him to print it for me. And I figured I'll do that, and I may add it tomorrow while we're live. But then here is one that I did a couple of weeks ago on a live on my page, and I just stenciled in some butterflies. This was a metallic texture on these, and I really liked it. And then I just tried doing some whimsical flowers. I'm not fond of my whimsical flowers. I just don't like it.
Is that going to be one of the classes? Are we going to have that?
Well, we can. Yeah.
I say do it.
Yeah. We can always go back over whatever we've done so far. Thank you. But this, we were kind of wanting to issue a challenge. We're not sure how prizes are going to be given, but Deborah's got a tracer. And one of the first links we shared on Deborah's page and on mine, if you're not on YouTube, is a link to getting kind of signed up for the challenge, just so we can know that you're interested in, and we'll get details figured out before the week is over, I'm sure. That's the thing when you got 3 collaborative heads. We don't always manage to sit down and think out. We think we've strategized it, and then we think, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Patty, quick question. Yes, ma'am. And Philip, you were saying something in the meantime.
Yeah, while she's typing that question up, I've got the links put on our website. For those of you, we've kind of dropped the ball on making sure y'all knew of our straight up website. And that is artcountrycentral.com. That is our main website. And I just put in a login link for the community that will also get folks to the passport office so that they can purchase the membership. And then when you answer this question for her, I'll walk everybody through and show them how to do that.
If I'm going to do a live paint party next, I'm waiting on the rest of the question.
That's cool. I just don't want to interrupt the question while I'm.
Oh, definitely. I get it. Well, and I don't want to forget it or miss it either. In person, is it best to keep it in your square as a link to buy or make it an event instead? Well, is it at your place of business? Are you advertising online? I would encourage you to always get paid ahead of time. So if you can, and I wouldn't necessarily make it a Facebook event. I would advertise it on Facebook, but I would, if you're at your place of business, if a restaurant or something lets you tag them or something, you might, or hang a flyer. I would do a flyer with a QR code on it that takes them to your Square link. And I think before the week is out, we're supposed to be trying to share how to do that, right, Philip? Like one day this week, that's kind of the live.
Yeah.
No, it's on the farm.
At some point, yeah.
As a member, do you have access to all of the classes or courses listed on this link? Yes. Yes.
And a lot that aren't listed on it yet.
Yes, Jessica, and there's a lot that aren't listed on there yet, and there's going to be more coming. But when you start, you get started with all of that. Your business is at your farm. So if you're advertising it on Facebook, what I would encourage you to do is, because if it's not on Facebook, okay, Facebook has gotten really cranky with some of their events practices, and they want to check your money for you, and you can't put external links in there. So I wouldn't do an event through Facebook for it.
Let me toss this in right quick, if you don't mind.
Go for it. You can take over if you'd like.
When it comes to the Facebook events, guys, they've started monetizing their events. If you're not familiar with that, and what Steph was saying is they want you to run all the money through them.
Not through Square.
Right, not through Square, but in other words, they want to be your Square or your PayPal. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you look at the terms and conditions that are attached to their monetization, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'm not comfortable with them, and we do not recommend that folks that work with us use them. You can do that if you want. We're not saying don't do it. That's completely your choice. Well, what we are saying is if you use a monetized event through Facebook, we've already heard some horror stories, and we don't want you to be involved in the horror stories. Okay. Yeah. And again, if you take the time and read the terms and conditions about their monetization, there's some things in there that I have an issue with. And if you read through them, I would say read through them and pay attention to what you're reading. Don't just read over it. Yeah. Pay attention to what you're reading. If you're comfortable with it, then you go ahead and use the Facebook monetization. But look at it this way: Home Base Essentials and Escape and Paint, nor Art Country Central will be using Facebook monetization.
I don't care for them. I've already got a couple of personal friends that have had their hands slapped and money. Their event kind of shut down because it wasn't quite the right way. So, and I know they said they only pay monthly.
And hey, you know,
have to have a certain amount. And
one other thing to keep in mind with those Facebook events, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people have been doing, but the way that it's worded in the terms and conditions, I think you are putting. If you do this, I think it's putting your personal profile, it's putting your business page in jeopardy of being shut down without your notice. Okay.
Without your
Some
ability.
people have been using the Facebook free event to advertise an event of which they are actually charging for. And the way the terms and conditions are worded, and you guys have seen Facebook do this as much as probably we have, maybe even more, they don't have a problem shutting people's accounts down without saying a word about it. Folks will go to log in and they may have, 20, 30,000 followers or more. And they go to log in one morning and it is shut down. They can't access anything, none of their content. They can't get to it. It's gone. Their entire contact list, gone. So be very careful with how you use those Facebook events. That's why when we first started Home Base Essentials, we were setting up events for every event that someone did. And as soon as they started monetizing, we started running into walls. And I think those are walls you don't want to try to butt through.
Well, one is just dishonest because when you look at the Facebook event, it's going to say free event. And then they go down to where you're saying buy your ticket here. Then you can get reported because you said it was free here, but it's not actually free. And that's just kind of dishonest. And I don't go for that anyway. What I encourage you to do is for your people to be able to find your events that you are hosting, Patty, is go into Canva and make a little calendar and maybe put a picture of what you're doing. Like if I was to put the lemon tree on today and say, I'm doing this at my place, here, put it on the calendar. And then underneath there in the comments, you can put a link to your Square link to tickets for today, for the 6th or for the 31st or for whatever your events are coming up. The party on the 31st or May 31st. And then here's a ticket link. And that's all one post. Don't put any links in the initial post with the calendar. Put them all in comments and put them each on a different date. You can turn comments off on that post after you get all of your comments on there, your links on there, and then say, message me for if you have any questions. And then they have to private message you through your page or your however. Or you can leave the comments on. I don't want anybody messing with a whole lot of stuff. So I just kind of haven't really done a lot since I've thought about this and had this problem come up. But this was my version of a solution. Is put a calendar for the month of and say May 31st, $35 per person. And here's my Square link. And then June 6th is my next class. And I'm going to put, June 6th, $20 a person, online only or online or in person, whatever you want to tag them that way. Because I don't know if you're doing any in person, any online versus the in person. But that was my solution to that. That was the one I recommended. And I think whenever I get going with in-person again and doing more classes, that's what I plan to do. Because you can pin a post to the top, or you used to be able to pin a post to the top of your page, and you can change out your calendar and delete what you need to, or take that down and then put up the new calendar for the next month if that's how you want to. You were going to show us something, Mr. Patton.
That's all right. I'm just about ready to show you. I had a couple of tweaks I need to make to it.
Okay, well, I thought you were just waiting on me to finish chattering, and I'm like, I'm done now. I finally shut up.
Oh, you're fine. You are just fine. All right. I do want to show this to you guys. I'm going to put a link to our regular website in here. I need that initial landing page you talked about. Is it best to go our country and click on marketing? Something else. Let's see. As far as building the initial landing page, we've got trainings in the Marketing Expressway. Yes.
I think what she's talking about is the Lemon Challenge.
Oh, okay.
Page for that.
Okay, and yeah, if that's it, I'm going to show you where you can find it real quick. Hang on. I've got to turn my screen off for a second. I got something in my eye.
All right. Patty, are you talking about the Lemon Tree Challenge landing page? No, you were talking. Okay. Tell me which landing page I was talking about. Refresh my memory. You're talking about the Art Country Central landing pad, the
You
thing.
may be talking about her event landing page for doing the event at her farm.
Oh, yeah, probably. The main
Yeah,
thing.
the main thing to capture people in an email.
Yep.
I know to capture emails, you wait a minute, let me make sure I'm understanding that right. There's a couple of ways I see that, so let me make sure I understand correctly. If you're talking about capturing emails for a list, you'll want to do a lead gen page for that. If you're talking about emailing specifically to individuals, let me look back at the messages. I was kind of working on something else. Let me make sure I'm up to speed on what we're talking about here. Okay. Oh, hang on. I didn't mean to do that. The lead generation. Yes, we've got the instructions in the lead gen for building lead gens, and it's in Marketing Expressway. When you, and matter of fact, I'll show you guys really quickly because that's something I was going to walk y'all through anyway, and I'll show you how you can get to the Marketing Expressway. All right. I put the link for our regular website, artcountrycentral.com, in the comments. Guys, anytime that y'all need to get to the community, to the we're using a course creator platform, but we're not setting it up specifically as courses. This is more of a community than it is just individual courses. So what we're doing is, and the link to get there, because that is a separate platform than where our website is, what we're doing is I put links on our website to be able to get you there. So for just the basic information about Art Country, artcountrycentral.com, you can come over to the menu, and some of our info is on there. We've got a blog on there. I need to make a blog post this evening about us opening. I should have done that yesterday, but honestly got sidetracked and forgot about it. I'm going to get a blog post on there, and that way you can kind of keep up with what's going on there. But you need to come down here just to Art Country Central Community Login. And when you come to the login, there are two tabs. One takes you to the passport office for folks who are not members yet that want to look at the membership. Go to the passport office. It'll take you here. You'll see everything that is in it right now and the cost of the memberships there at the bottom. We've got two options for lifetime. One is just to pay it outright, and you can use everything we've got for as long as you want to. We've got a 6 payment for a lifetime, and then we've got a monthly access. As soon as we hit 25 members, that $30 will go up to $35, and it's filling up quick. I'm telling you, it's filling up quick. So if you have an interest in it, you need to get going with it. To the community login, after you guys have your membership, you hit community login, you'll go to, here's the login page. You'll use your credentials to log in, and then it'll just open up the community for you. The Marketing Expressway, Patty, I think the question you're asking is getting to the Marketing Expressway. It is the first tab right there. When you open up the Marketing Expressway, you can come down and see everything that's available. We've got a lot under email is where you're going to want to look for the information you're asking about for lead gen building. Now, I don't remember yesterday when we were talking, I may have the wrong folks in mind, but someone was using MailChimp yesterday. We need to look at MailChimp on how to build lead generation with MailChimp. I'm not familiar with that. We walk you through on how to do it with Constant Contact. I can only imagine that it's going to be similar, but I don't know that it would be identical. So we do need to set up with MailChimp and do some walkthroughs on that so we can figure that platform out, and that way we can do some trainings on that as well. But to build list building, lead generations, those things are covered in that email, some in the constant contact portion, but in that email course, when you go through that, there's quite a bit in there that we've put in it already. So you'll see what's available to you. But yeah, that's where everything is. And I'll show you guys this right now too. You might want to look at what you typed on there, Steph.
Yeah, it edited it crazy. I'm like, thank you so much. And it changes it to, I don't even speak that language, so I don't know.
Yeah, building something to send people, Patty, is the best thing to do, especially if it's something that you can just keep on the back burner and send out to whoever, whenever. And here's what's really cool. You can use a QR generator and make a QR code with that, and you can keep an image of it in your phone. And all you got to do, if you're talking to somebody in person, is just open that up and let them point their phone at it, and they've got your lead gen. And they fill it up and they fill it out, and you've got the information captured, and you're off and running. For the challenges, guys, we're putting the challenges together in a free course setup. And you can see that it's here. Whether you're going through the passport office or you're coming to here, you can see it. You can access that. You can see we've got the PDF downloads. When you start that, when you open that up, we've got the PDF downloads and everything that's in there. I've got this connected to, as everything else, to a Dropbox file so that you can get the tracer and the reference photo. When I get the Canva banners built, those things will be in there, so you'll be able to get your hands on that. And then the video is down at the bottom. You can watch it on your phone, and it works really well right here. If you want a little bit bigger, just hit the wide screen. It'll make it a little bit bigger for your computer screen, and you're off and running. And you can see over here, I've got that labeled as a section for the lemon branch. And then we'll be able to, now you lost me. Where did I lose you? All right. Yeah, you guys feel free to jump in and say something if we get off track. QR code stuff. Okay. If you're familiar with QR codes are the little square images that kind of look like I don't know what you call it. Kind of looks like a chessboard that fell over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what they look like. But there are free QR code generators. Okay. And what they do is you'll go to the website and you copy the link. When you make a lead generation page, it will give you a URL. Each lead gen page is more or less a miniature website. They will give you a URL code, which is a URL, just like a domain. They'll give you the URL for that page. You go to the QR generator, put in that URL, and it will turn that into a QR image. And that's that square black and white image that it looks like, it's a digital. It looks like digital jargon is more or less what it is. And if you save that as an image on your phone, then all someone needs to do is point their phone camera at your phone when you've got that image open, and it will open up the lead generation on their phone. So all they have to do is give you their name, their email, however you've got the lead gen page set up, and it'll capture that email information for you so you can stay in touch with it. And that just keeps you from having to try to remember where links are, where things like that are. You can get to it really easy. And it's one of those little simple step savers. Let me know if that made sense. If not, I'll try again.
For those of you who have joined, if you're going to go right in and start painting, I suggest go to Christmas. If you're going to, and anything fall in there, if you're going to do be starting it, using it for your business or starting to open one. Get ahead of the holidays.
Christmas is really going to get up. Well, you have Christmas in July. There's a lot of people ready and willing to do Christmas stuff in July because they're so ready to. Patty says, I need you guys on speed dial. I love it.
I tell you what, that tickles me to know that we're able to help right there.
Yeah. July, there's a lot of, we did a group, a collaboration. I was part of a collaboration last year. I say we, but it was me with some other people. But we did a July, we had a whole slew of people, like over 1,000 before the month was over, or very near it if it wasn't, that wanted to do Christmas projects. They're trying to prepare them. They want to make gifts for their family. They want to make or paint or do. So Christmas in July is really a popular thing to think about if you're going to do online events or events in your brick and mortar. Keep that in mind because Deborah's right on with that. We actually have, and I haven't put it on a pretty paper yet, a list of like a seasonal guide for those who are newer to this. Because when I first started, I was like, well, when do you paint what? I really don't know because I hadn't really done a whole lot. I'm more of a sewer and embroiderer, or I was prior to this, and I would sew and I would do embroidery work, and people would want monogrammed or personalized for their gift for somebody else. So I wasn't necessarily sure what would be a popular thing based on just what season it is and what's coming up. So it's been really helpful, and I've got us a list that we're going to get in to the art country. I sent it to Philip, and I meant to share it with Deborah, but I don't think I did, to see if she had any other ideas for the always good general, like evergreen type classes to do. Because barns all year long, you can do a barn. All year long, you can do trees. Do the current season of the trees. There's some material that seems like it can be evergreen all year long, and then there's certain times of the year that you want to start, like graduation. You're really not going to have a lot of people signing up for graduation parties in September. Typically in April and May, painting something for a graduate or relating to a graduate, you'll have loads. But so that's kind of what I mean by a seasonal guide, like knowing when to start marketing what.
That's why I made that. I put a ring on a wall thing. Well, I heard a country western song, and somebody'd have to tell me what the song was. So I just heard it. But June is wedding season. Mm-hmm. And brides love to get their bridesmaids together and they create something memorable. And I always try to, get them something that hooks together. And when they get together, it all makes one big picture, or just let them choose what they want to do. I don't know where that painting is.
I saw it the other day. Not everybody does.
Flowers are good.
Yes.
Sunflowers and these wood is awesome. But we're gonna be adding to that library real soon. Yeah. With all that stuff. I just don't know where that is.
It's hiding from you somewhere.
I'll find it. It's pretty simple.
There it is. It's pretty.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of memorable. And I said, I put a ring, or you could say, he put a ring. You can either make it look like he said it or you're saying it.
Yep.
Or just the bouquet, the cowboy boot with the flowers coming out. There's a ton of stuff you can do. The old pickup trucks.
Yes.
Pickup trucks with the cans, flowing out the back end of them. There's all kinds of wedding stuff to do.
All right, I highlighted it a little bit more.
So again, if you guys are just popping on, that looks good. Nice.
I added a few highlights.
Yeah. So, if whoever's joining right now, this is Art Country Central, and we have collaborated together. I'm from Michigan, and they're from Texas, and we've created Art Country Central for people that want to share their crafts with the world, their art with the world, and make some cash while they're doing it. Stuff that they love to do, and it doesn't have to be painting, but if it is painting, I've had a brick and mortar studio for 6 years, and I taught years ago in my own brick and mortar. Right now I rent a space, but we'll be able to teach you how to be strong at it, get started, help you with your confidence and provide you with the paintings and the patterns that you need. So, it's easy. You can just pick what you're going to do that next week or whatever you want to advertise for and get it done. And how do you do it online and how you advertise online. And they're going to teach you how to, like they showed just a little bit ago, if you were watching, how to use Canva and how to market it with all the digital eye-catching platforms that Phil and Stephanie know. How's that?
That sounds good. Where do I sign up? Oh wait, I'm already signed up.
I'm going to continue this on the next tomorrow, but we're hoping to have some guests. And what day are we going to do that challenge? When's the lemon?
What day you want to do it, Steph? Wednesday? We got guests tomorrow, right?
You have guests coming tomorrow?
What was that?
I said, do we have guests coming tomorrow?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'll text the ones. I didn't know if you guys had sent it out to them or not, but I'll see if they can come tomorrow at this time and maybe around 5:30 or so for tomorrow. See who can show up.
Sounds good.
It'll work if they can. And we'll you want to get started at the same time tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or do we need to start later? Okay. So we'll try to plan on it being the same time every day this week. And that's 4:00 Central, 5:00 Eastern, and what is that? 2:00 Pacific. So that's what we'll plan on doing throughout the rest of the week. Well, I'll tell you what, for those of you who joined in with us, I think we all thoroughly enjoyed getting to chat with you, and appreciate very much y'all making some comments and helping to draw some attention to what we've got going on here. Feel free to share our website and let people know that you might be in touch with that would have an interest in Art Country Central. And keep in mind, it's more than just painting. We are going to be opening up to artists of all areas. I know Steph has got some plans on doing some basic sewing classes and stitches and stitching and those kind of things. And we've got some musicians that are going to be joining us from time to time on here, and be able to keep things going. Will that QR code thing be in the marketing info link? It's not yet. I don't think we've done a video on making a QR code, but we will get one done. May try to do that this afternoon. It won't take but just a few minutes, and then we can put that in there to be able to use. So. All right, guys. Well, I think we are going to check on out of here. We look forward to seeing all of you, those who can join us at 4:00 Central Time tomorrow afternoon. Till then, this is Philip and Stephanie and Deborah with Art Country Central.
One more
She
thing,
got something else. Go for it.
Any of you guys that have anyone in the service, we want to thank you for your service. And for any of you, my brother was in the military, my father and brother in the military, and I know today's Memorial Day, and my brother left brothers over there, and they didn't make it through. And so anyway, our prayers are with everybody, and our gratitude is.
Yes.
Absolutely. Very much appreciate everything that was done to give us the opportunities that we have.
Definitely.
Without those sacrifices, we would not have them. That's for sure.
True.
Thank
All
you,
right, guys.
Stephanie.
Thank you, Deborah.
See ya.
Does that
Bye,
mean I got to do
everybody.
that
Thanks
too?
for tuning in.
No.
I don't got to do that too.
Give us those likes and shares, even if you don't want to do Art Country Central and you know us, just give us those likes and shares because Facebook likes that too.
That's right.
Thank you, Patty.
That's right.
Did you read her comment? Deborah can't see it.
I
I
can't
shared to a friend in New Hampshire. Not sure if she's ready, but I sent your link.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
That'll
you
be good.
very, very much.
Patty's
All right,
across
guys.
the water from me.
We're going to cash out of here, and we will see y'all, Lord willing, tomorrow afternoon. Y'all have a good evening.